Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will show you guys how to make tvorog at home. Yeah, because I was having a lot of questions from you guys. What is it? How do you, where can you buy it? Is it the same as cottage cheese elsewhere? It's not like cottage cheese. It's not exactly like cottage cheese. Like it's a different product. It's definitely not like Philadelphia cheese. It's definitely not like mascarpone cheese. It's different. It's a different product. But luckily, it's very easy to make at home. So today I'm going to show you two recipes. One with milk, because everyone has milk, right? And the second one with kefir. Yeah, so you will be able to make it at home. Yeah, actually, there's nothing difficult about the process. Everything is very easy. So let's go make some. When I was little, my mom used to make tvorog regularly. I remember that we always had fresh tvorog, homemade, tasty and nice. So I called my mom and asked, Mom, how do you make it? Because I'm used to buying it at the stores. I don't make it myself. And she told me that everything's pretty easy, and she uses kefir to do that. So what am I gonna do? I will make tvorog from kefir the way my mom does it, and I will make tvorog from milk. Yeah, because there are options. I know, actually, I think that kefir is available around the world, like in many countries, so I don't think that is a problem to buy kefir and make tvorog from kefir. But if you don't have it, then there's always an option to make it from milk. The technology, the process itself, let me describe it first. So what we need curdled milk. We take it and we heat it up either on steam or we heat it up on a very low heat. We don't need to boil it, no, we simply need for it to kind of heat up and to curdle into tvorog. And by the way, don't be afraid. Tvorog is a different product. It's not curdled milk. I guess it's similar to cheese actually. So you're not going to have any problems with your stomach if you eat tvorog. It's a very, very healthy product. On the contrary to curdled milk, because of course nobody drinks curdled milk because you might have problems. Yeah, you might have diarrhea. So as we need our milk to curdle, so we need that type of milk that actually curdles, because actually the usual type of milk that we see everywhere has very long expiry dates. Can I say it this way? Like they do not curdle. Like that type of milk doesn't curdle for half a year. We don't need that. We need a more simple type of milk. My mom told me to just go to your supermarket and buy milk in bags. I was like, milk in bags? Do we have milk in bags? Surprisingly, we do have milk in bags. Yes, I managed to find it there very easily. It's just that I'm not used to buying that kind of milk in bags. Yeah, this milk is pasteurized. Because there's pasteurized milk and there is ultra pasteurized milk that has like a very long term, when you can consume it. Like this one is good within like 2-3 days, and then it curdles. So this is the type that we need, something that curdles. If you have an opportunity to buy milk from farmers, this is like super great. We don't have that opportunity here in Moscow, so I'm just going to use this type of milk. So what am I going to do right now? I'm going to pour some milk into a bowl and I'm going to leave it at room temperature. If you have a warm place to like put it in, it's good. It's going to speed up the process of curdling. Yeah, so let's pour some milk and just leave it here. It's evening time right now, so I guess I'm gonna leave my milk for the whole night to stay here outside, and in the morning I'm gonna see if it curdles or not, and when it does I'm gonna film the process of making. I'm gonna make tvorog. So Let's open one thing. I think it's going to be enough. I think it's even going to be more than enough. So let's pour some of it in here and just leave it. By the way, guys, you can make tvarog from milk, or you can add a little bit of kefir into your milk, and this will speed up the process of curdling. So yeah, if you wonder what the proportions are, well, I also asked about it. I asked my relatives, like other relatives, how did they make tvarog? They make it like four pieces, like four parts of milk and one part of kefir. So you can use glasses, like four glasses of milk and one glass of kefir to make it. Or just put approximately some amount of kefir to speed the process up. So, okay, I'm putting here my milk. I think this will be enough. So I'm just leaving my milk somewhere else. Here I think I'm gonna cover it with something, with lead, and that's it. Yep. By the way, I don't know if you know it, but curdled milk is very good for making pancakes, for making muffins, and other type of things. Like your the baked stuff will be really, really fluffy and tender if you use curdled milk instead of the usual milk, or like instead of something else. So consider this. Consider baking from curdled milk. Okay, guys, let's check our milk. It was standing here for the whole night and half of the day at my table. I can definitely see that it did turn sour. Like you can see the structure is not even anymore and the smell has changed. It definitely got sour. By the way, guys, I looked up in the dictionary. I found out that that I should have said sour milk instead of saying curdled milk. Please write down in the comments which phrase I should use when I talk about milk that looks like this, that is not right to drink anymore. Okay, guys, so what we need to do right now, we need to put our curdled milk and to put it on the stove, to heat it up a little bit. Actually, we can do it on steam or we can do it right in the pot. So I have one like this. Like the only thing you have to understand is that we should gradually heat it up. We should boil it. We should actually like make it warm. Yeah, so we need something with a thick bottom. I have a thing like this. Actually, the rest of my pots are occupied by something else. So I'm gonna use this one. Maybe it's not new, but that's the one I have. So we're just gonna pour our milk in here and put it on the stove. And before I do this, I need to prepare another thing. I need to prepare something that a place where we're gonna pour our heated up milk into to separate the liquid from tvarog. So we will take a little thing like this, a thing with the holes. Yep. And we're gonna put some cloth, a piece of fabric in here like this. Like I have the one that's very, very thin. I keep on forgetting how this is called in English. As you can see, it's like really, really thin. So I'm gonna take this one. I have 4 layers of it, and I'm gonna put it in here. So our funny construction is prepared. Let's go and heat the milk up. Yep, our milk definitely turned sour. You can see that it became thicker and it has a specific smell. I can't say that it's a bad smell, but it's there. So guys, I can already see something happening. Like if you look there, you can see that the liquid is separating slowly, like from the milky part. And that's cool. But this is not yet tvarog, so I think I'm gonna keep it for a longer time. I think it curdled quite well, though I did expect it to have bigger lumps. But I think that's quite enough, so I'm turning off the heat. I will wait for this thing to cool down a little bit, and then I will drain the liquid. So now I'm heating up kefir. I'm using fresh one. Now as you can see, I hanged up my fabrics like this, my tvarog like this to drain better. The one to the right is from milk and the one to the left is from kefir. You can see the difference here, right? I mean, there's much more tvarog from kefir than from milk, but it's still dripping, so I don't know how much of it I will have left. So let's just wait. So guys, this is my tvorog from kefir, and this one is from milk. Actually, the amount differs a lot. So the one from milk looks like this, and the one from kefir actually looks much more softer. Like though it drained for the whole night, and I even pressed it a little bit, it still looked much wetter. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it here. Ooh, but there's quite a lot of it. So that's the one from kefir. Oh, tastes pretty nice. Yep. Let me stir it for you so you would know how it looks like. The texture. Oh, this one is like really soft and it seems to be very tender. I'll have to try it. It looks nice though. And this one is from milk. Yes, this one is much drier. Actually, when you bake something, it's better to use, sometimes it's better to use the one that is more dry. But it depends on what you're cooking. For syrniki, it doesn't really matter what type of tvorog you have. Also pretty smooth, like you can see the texture is like really smooth. Okay, let's wait how much we actually have, because the amount of milk that I used was actually similar. Like I used approximately 900 milligrams of milk and of kefir. So let's see how much outcome we have. So that's my weights here. I'll weight the bowl first. All right, 0 grams. So we got only 100 grams, guys. Only 100 grams from, oops, I'm touching it. 100 grams from milk. And how much from kefir? Wow, 280, like almost 300. Well, you can see the difference here. Let's try it now to see which one is tastier. I guess I'm gonna try first the one that's made from milk. Pretty nice and pretty tender. Can't say anything bad about it. Yeah, it definitely is tvorog. Okay, let's try this one quickly. Well, I still remember the taste of the first one. Much softer. Oh no, this tastes different, definitely. This tastes very sour. So this is a sour type. Like it tastes more salty and more sour. The one that is from kefir, and the one that is from milk actually tastes more plain and kind of it has a more tender taste, and they are definitely very different. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. So guys, if you will be making that at home, I would actually advise you to make one from milk because the taste is better, but you will have a smaller outcome, like much less. Yes, and if you're planning to use it in cooking, in baking, in other, for other things, for other purposes, then you better make it from kefir because you will have more. Yeah, and as for baking from both, I don't think there's any difference. This one would probably give a more rich taste to your, to whatever you make out of it because the taste is like stronger. I think it's a success anyway. Yeah, like I do have some tvorog. I made it. I made it. Now I have to think what are we gonna do with this. Actually, we can eat it up just like that. You know, in Russia we eat tvorog just like this. We can add some sour cream onto it, pour some jam, or sprinkle some sugar and just eat it right away. Or yes, as you know, we can like bake lots of things out of it. So I guess I'm gonna eat this right away, and I'm gonna leave this for something, to bake something out of it. Yeah. Oh, I want to try. I'm gonna compare it with tvarogs that I have that my mom bought in the countryside, because like that was considered to be like really good one. I need to compare that one as well. So guys, this is tvarog that my mom bought me in the countryside. It is pretty dry. It looks like the one that I made from milk. Let's try this one. Actually, I like the taste of my tvarog better. It does taste. It tastes similar to the one from kefir. Like it is kind of sour and pretty lumpy. Wow, mine was actually better. So what's the conclusion? My conclusion is that, yeah, the homemade is definitely better than the bought one, even though it's bought in the country, because usually we think that things that are bought in the countryside, they're like better than the ones in the cities, right? Like farmer foods, but mine turned out to be tastier. And of course, they're like super fresh because I just made them. By the way, speaking of freshness, you should keep tvarog in the fridge, and you can keep it up to 4 days. Yeah, so you better consume it fresh just the way it is, like the first 2, 3 days. And on the first day, like on the fourth day, it's better to make something out of it. Like make something out of it, but not to eat it just the way it is. Otherwise, you might have some problems, some diarrhea. Okay, so yeah, I guess it turned out to be a success unexpectedly for me. But I'm too lazy to make tvarog myself, frankly speaking. So I will continue buying it in the shops. Yeah. Well, good luck making tvarog at your place if you're planning to make some. Hope my video was useful to you guys, and now you will be able to make it at your place and to try how it tastes, to know the taste. So I hope you liked my videos. That's it for today. Take care of yourselves. Bye. See you around in my next videos. Do you guys remember I told you that I'm too lazy and that I'm not gonna make my own tvarog because it takes a lot of time, and it's definitely much easier to go downstairs and buy some. But today I've made sirniki from my own tvarog, and gosh, they are so tender and they are so tasty that I changed my mind. I think from time to time I am going to make tvarog for them, for some purposes. Yep.